Good. It's so dark. I'll fix it. There we go. There's a healthy glow. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the program. It is Sunday. Naturally, no shit. Why would it be a Monday? Why would it be a Tuesday? It's clearly Sunday. What is this? Where did this hair come from? Oh, these are the sideburns. I was growing them out, and I still have to grow them out. Well, that's better. That looks sharp. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is Sunday. I'm going to make coffee in my underwear for you. I have a pre-cup already going on, and I'm enjoying it tremendously. I don't get to drink that much during the show. I need to have more guests. I need to let people talk more so I can just sip. I will say, if you haven't already, make it a point. Go do it. Watch the latest AEW with Jake the Snake Roberts. I've wanted him for months and months and months. We finally got him, and he was delightful. He was every weird, disturbing, evil, but yet joyous and beautiful and smart and quick thing I could have hoped for. It's making people feel warm in their hearts. Go love the show, obviously, because it needs to continue. But go love Jake. Go like, go share, go comment, tweet about it. Tell everyone what a nice job Jake did. It'll make Jake happy. I'm sure he'll never watch it and he'll never speak to me again. But in that one moment, he was happy. He also knew what CBT meant instantly. So congrats to Jake on that. What else? Tuesday, it was my birthday. It was a very exciting time, and I spent it at LaGuardia Airport. I was there for 7.5 hours. I spent my whole entire birthday at the airport. Didn't see anybody that I knew. I just me and people getting on planes and working on planes and that kind of thing. So, and then I didn't really celebrate it. And then, Wednesday you're in Boston, and then it's Dynamite, and of course that's a whole thing. And then I didn't really celebrate it. I might have lunch later. I'm going to have lunch after this with my niece, my brother and my niece. That's it. Really, really petered out. And I am getting to the age where birthdays really shouldn't matter. I don't are we still doing this kind of thing? So let me read the comments, and then I will open some of the gifts that were gifted to me by you dear fine people. Mikey said, good morning. Happy belated birthday. Kevin said, good Sunday. That was an enjoyable hay with Jake. Jake is on his game. He is quick. He is weird. He has never lost it. And I don't know what his it. His it is different than everybody else's it. Lady Pam said, happy Sunday. Mia said, good morning. Carl said, hello, everyone from rainy Liverpool. I will see you soon, in like a month, basically. Jay said, good morning, everyone. Mike said, good morning. Rob said, oh, it should have been Jake and the snake. Sort of like Chico and the man. Jake, don't be discouraged. The snake, he ain't so hard to understand. Kim said, good morning, everyone. Mass Sanity said, good morning. Zoel has been a member for 10 months. Said, grateful for the content and fellow cult members. Well, isn't that sweet? Lady Pam said, the latest episode of Hey with Jake is a personal favorite of mine now. Love the new intro location of Limestone Mountain, Georgia. You change up your ad, that's how Jake would get his rocks off. Emma said, good afternoon. Christine said, good morning, all. RJ looks so happy in the thumbnail. It's because I have gifts. I'm so far behind in the chat, but I'm going to get there. EJO said, good morning, RJ. What's the best snake? I like a cobra. You can't beat a cobra. It's got a little hood, and it looks cool on a jacket. Can't really. The garden snake, a little bit of a loser. Not going to lie. Not my favorite. But the cobra, and then the whole charming routine, it's almost like a little monkey and an organ grinder, The cobra, born to perform. Prisma said, good morning, all. Good morning, sunshine. Leo said, when are we getting your action figure? I will say my friend Nug is currently at San Diego Comic-Con. He was taking in all the new action figures. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them happening. When are we getting mine? Probably never. There is he did show me a Lost in Space video game that's coming out. I don't know when, but I know I will be playing it. Kendi said, a great episode. Thank you. Joe said, good morning. I'm just happy Fern Gully is finally getting its due. Thanks to Jake Roberts. Shanae said, hi, RJ. Haven't been able to tune in for a few weeks, but I'm here now. Mia said, can we ask Rob what he got for his birthday? That's Nails' husband. Rob. Amy said, good morning. Glad to be back after missing last week for not fun reasons. I don't know why. You were held captive on a boat. So Sierra said, good morning. Dr. Joey said, going to need AEW to make official Jake the Snake honey products. It should be called snake venom, but and then it's delicious. Rod said, 64 episodes of Hey in the book. We are going, I was like, oh, 60, what a milestone. And now I feel like we're almost at 70. More to come. Leo said, did you hear about the Mrs. Doubtfire stage musical? I did. I didn't really give a shit about the movie, and I don't really give a shit about the musical, and that's it. James said good morning. Yolanda said good morning. Erin said morning with a lovely picture of Sylvia, and she's doing well. Shanae said happy late birthday. Nail said Jake was brilliant. He gets you. Jake drove right in. David said, shout out to Bob Roop, who cameoed alongside Terry Funk, Gene Kiniski, and Ray Stevens in 1978's Paradise Alley, which also marked Sylvester Stallone's directorial debut. So, David, Stallone wrote Paradise Alley first. That was the first movie he wanted. And I think no one was buying it. And they're like, I don't know, this wrestling stuff. Blah, blah, blah. And then he thought, well, what's a step off wrestling? Boxing. And then he wrote Rocky. So what a different world it would be. Zoel said, this hay will do for snakes, pet sales, what 101 Dalmatians did for dogs. Snapple Grab said, one of the best episodes yet. I got into wrestling the year of the Macho Man Cobra thing, so Jake will always be one of my favorites. Joe said, so your birthday was an episode of Wings, but Steven Weber was nowhere to be found. Leo said, didn't David get you a birthday FaceTime? David didn't get me shit, and then he realized and he felt bad about it. He's gotten me so much, though, before that there's nothing. We got to a point where you couldn't top it. A lot of people didn't get me anything that I thought would get me stuff. I will say, I totally forgot it was Nug's birthday. His birthday was the week before, and it was you're traveling, and you forget what day it is, and then you're like, oh, fuck. And I had it written down, and I felt horrible. And I didn't. It's one of those things where I'm not going to see him for a while, and then I got to give him a gift like months later. It's very sad. CSB said, glad to see Jake doing well and back on TV. DJ said, hello, happy, great episode of Hey W. Jake seems like an absolute sweetheart who could also kill you, though. He's happy because he could kill you. It's the Minoru Suzuki effect. Joe Queer said, good morning, RJ. How many birthdays do you get a year? According to Danhausen, your birthday was months ago. Maybe that's why people didn't get me anything. Tony Schiavone was nicer to me on my fake birthday than he was on my real one. Gina said, I'm a therapist who uses CBT. I always get strange looks. So, RJ, I really appreciate you clarifying the difference. Listen, as you know in therapy, there's some people who need both kinds of CBT at the same time. SM said, I don't think my gift has been delivered yet. It says it's in Toronto, though. Well, this is nice. CSB said, Jake and Orange Cassidy were fantastic. I'm so far behind. I'm never going to get through this all. Spot Center said, my wife always enjoyed seeing you at IWC. I think that was your thing. Thank you from day one for giving our family an escape. I didn't know they were being held captive, but of course. James said, good morning from Tabor City, North Carolina. Dorothy said, oh, stop. Birthday should always matter. DJ said, maybe he's Jake the Snake because even though he's a snake, he's the real snake deep down, like when humanity is the real monster in a zombie film. Les Gimmick said, good morning, RJ. It's my birthday. Happy birthday to you. I'm going to be opening gifts on your behalf. And a Jake interview is a perfect gift. Thank you. Nail said, I'm hoping the murder bird was waiting in the wings to be the next guest. Thank God he wasn't there. But he seems nice, too. I'll get him on the show. Manuel said, I was listening to Talk is Jericho. I wanted to say thank you for helping QTV. I don't know what you're talking about, but those fine folks at QTV are doing their best news. Alex Marvez is starting to get scoops now. He's trying to take their heat, and I'm not crazy about it. And I need to have QTV on the show soon. Leo said, who's an AEW wrestler that hasn't had a figure yet that would look good as a figure? Willow. Easily. Top of the list. First one that comes into my head. Mikey said, Jake was a childhood favorite, would have been very intimidating for me. Glad to see he's a nice person. Well, I'm just talking about his career, you know. That's why he was nice. Spot Center said, Lynn passed away Monday. My son and I are so sad. I will go now. Sorry, everyone. Just wanted everyone to know how important this man is to us and was to her. Well, that is incredibly sweet. My condolences to you. Certainly. Snap Grapple Pop said, RJ Major Bendy, when? I don't, you know what? Matt Cardone he's like, oh, I'd love to get you an action figure, but then you'll probably won't be allowed. And they never bother to look into it. I think he's full of shit. Go look in Japan. DJ said, what snake has untapped potential as a wrestling gimmick? We've already got general snakes, rattlesnakes, vipers, cobras, the boa, the constrictor, easily. Matt Sandy said, did not expect to hear a Bob Roop reference. Really? On my show? Carly said, good morning. Really great episode. How did it feel to interview my hero, Jake the Snake? I was intimidated by the beginning and then was warm at the end. Molly said, did you ever live stream when you play video games like on Twitch? No, I find it annoying. I've live streamed on YouTube before playing games, and it's okay. It's hard. Sometimes I'm like, what's the point of doing this live? Really? You know, I have to manage the chat and play the game. It's very difficult. James loves the Minoru Suzuki. Hey, W was last week. That was last week already. Oh my God. Leo said, there's a Bob Hope Theater near where I work. Yeah. Hi, Leo. Welcome to the library. That's not Bob Hope. He was born there, but only lived there an incredibly short time. Yeah. What about this? It's Ronald Reagan, huh? I've lost my Bob Hope. DJ said the Suzuki episode is even better with subtitles. Some people have translated it. You can go look if you want to watch it again and enjoy it for completely different reasons. Oh my God. Thanks for reminding me, Pam. I'm going to be on the Jericho cruise in January. Cozumel. I don't know where it's going. I just know I get on a boat and then they handle the rest. But it says comedy by, and it says me, Eleanor Kerrigan, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, me, and Santino's on the boat. Paul White's on the boat. And that's just the initial lineup. So I'm sure it's going to get worse. Much, much, much worse. I don't know what I've gotten into. So I apologize in advance. But people have been asking me for years. So I'm finally fucking there. So deal with it. Yolanda said happy belated birthday. Let me go back here. Again, I've lost my... Oh, I'm doing okay. I'm at a good clip here. Leo said, can't David courier you a Reuben sandwich? David said, good morning, friend. I love you all. David's cup is so full. David, I just read that. Plain and simple said, Jake the Snake was the best one yet. Very sweet of you. Say it to him. Leo said, David, what was working on Pelswick like? I don't even know what Pelswick is. Did you meet John Callahan? His album's amazing. Ryan said, how about a remake of the 90s movie Anaconda with Jake the Snake in John Voight's role? Because we don't need more John Voight projects. So Sierra said, you need a PA to remember other people's birthdays for you. It's just one, and I've forgotten it. James said, who's the next guest for Hey W? None of your fucking business, James. Dorothy said, I would so get the Willow figure. See? DJ said, how about that Willow Athena match? That's what it's all about. Well, I don't know if that's what it's all about, but it's certainly part of it. Mike said, everyone loves Willow. She did a surprise appearance at a show last year in Bethlehem. She went all the way there. Snap Crackle Pop said, technically, Hogan had a boa for a while. Very nice. Clint said, Sean Rastap should be thankful for the interactions this week's tweet. So he's like, oh, there's a wrestler who's definitely been signed, but he doesn't have a graphic yet. And he tweeted about it because he's vague. He's trying to get people to pay. And everybody thought it was me. And it was not me. But he did that on purpose so everyone would think it was me. Because he's what's the term? Oh, I can't remember it now. It's a technical term. Scumbag piece of shit. That's it. Yolanda said, the live chat can help you cheat. It just distracts me. Let me play it on my own. Plain and simple said, a Wrestle Ants figure 2-pack needs to be a thing, and it would be so inarticulate. Saeed said, the only time I wrote a letter to that Federated company was when a Cobra bit Randy Savage. Was that an iconic moment for you as a kid as well? I was just like, oh my God. Probably when the snake got squashed was even more terrifying to me. Positively E said, when will Liger be on the show? I haven't seen him since. Miss Andy said, have you ever heard Dana Gould's story about when he met Bob Hope? Yes. Snap Grapple Pop said, so interesting to hear on Fightful that there's an AEW signing that doesn't have a graphic. Poor soul, I couldn't even imagine. I know, these poor fellas. SM said, I have to go back to work tomorrow. I'm dreading human interaction the most. It's so much better this way. Oh my God. Now we got to get David on the cruise too. Spare these poor people, Gina. Nail said, do we know if Bob Roop is still around? I think Bob Roop is still alive. Can somebody check for me? Leo said, have you ever seen Lord of the Rings? I haven't undoubtedly. No. And I don't need to. It's too long. That's it. I can't even broach the rest of it because it's simply too fucking long. Let me grab some gifts here. This one here. This is a nice one here, everybody. It's a wonderful Charlie Chaplin card. That's look, and he's silent and he's walking around. Hey, RJ, my sister and I found these at an antique store and thought of you. The new Barbie movie is coming out soon. I guess this is a part of the promotional. So maybe the unboxing can help you get much needed views. LOL. It's a backhanded compliment. They didn't have a European women's medium, so this shirt size will have to do. Love you from Marlena and Amy. That's sweet. Good penmanship, quality stickers. Let's see what these are. Oh, my God. So these are Barbie trading cards. I will be unboxing these at some juncture. Look at how big they are. And then they're just, but I'm going to have a time with these. Wonderful. And, oh, my God, in a Ziploc bag, a Barbie shirt. Huh? I feel like I can't wear this until, oh, this is a tank top. Now I'll wear this. Oh, my God. I thought it was just a t-shirt. And I was like, I'm going to have to wear it out. Tank top, yes. I'll be wearing no problem. Thank you, you two. That's incredibly sweet. Human Avenger said, you'll be in Cincinnati soon, time permitting. You should check out Jungle Gym's International Market. They have a monorail, and it's pretty crazy. Does it go fast? Somebody said they're going to see Matt Cardona this Friday. Oh, there we go. Maureen is going to see Matt Cardona this Friday. Good luck. Tell him I said nothing. Nails in New York said, I Googled the coal miners glove match. It really happens. I haven't found out why yet. I didn't watch WCW. My Nails, are you in for a treat? And I have to get Sting on the show and talk to him about it too. Amanda said, any chance you're going to be in Detroit for Hunkamania? No, I'm going to be with AEW that whole time. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry. Clint said, David's too wild for a boat and may or may not be allowed in Mexico anymore. That's fair. I don't think he has his papers in order. Molly said, are you coming to Nashville next month? Yes, I am. Are you looking forward to seeing her doing it? Well, David's there. I have plenty of people there. That's where the editing offices, the post-production offices are, the people that edit AEW. So I would like to go there and talk to people. So maybe I'll have to just stay an extra day or something. Prisma said, no underwear revealed today. I'm so sorry. I got so caught up with everything that's going on. I completely forgot. These are Armani. They're nice and soft, as you can see. And they're working well, I hope. So sorry. I forgot half of the fucking show. Kevin Featherstone has confirmed that Bob Roop is still alive and is now wondering why he's getting so many DMs. Rod said, Oppenheimer or Barbie? You know what? I couldn't care less. Why? First of all, why do I have to choose? Number one. Number two, look, people are going to have shitty opinions about Barbie. Fine. But what I hate is other people having to dunk on those shitty opinions. Like, of course, these people who's like, some fucking guy, some fucking shit guy, this guy destroys the Barbie movie for 43 minutes and everybody has to share it to make fun of it. And you're like, don't make fun of the guy. Just tell him to fuck off. Don't even tell him to fuck off. Just let him fuck off. Do you understand what I'm saying? I feel like what makes I don't even want to call it criticism. Criticism is a generous term. There's like those, they're like a trolling, those hate click people. That's how they exist. So why are you helping them? Don't do that. I wouldn't have seen that person ever if you guys didn't share it to be angry about it. So be angry about it, please. Well, you shouldn't even. Just let these people go. Who gives a shit? That was my rant on that. DJ said each Lord of the Rings is shorter than most pay-per-views these days and some wrestling TV, but altogether it's a lot to sit in the dark like that. Carl said, that's exactly how I feel about Lord of the Rings. Too long. I fell asleep watching it. I woke up and they were still walking. Oh, that's a movie for hikers. Let me put it that way. SM said, yay, trading cards. James said Bob Roop is still alive. Good thing I didn't say he was dead. Good thing I didn't say. How about Jake giving a nice salute to dead Randy Savage? Cody said, any advice for Billy Gunn after last night? No, other than it must be uncomfortable walking around in his socks. Yolanda said that Barbie tank top was a great gift. Christine said, we saw Oppenheimer last night. There were many people in pink to see Barbie. They looked much happier than the Oppenheimer crowd. Miss Sandy said, ask Blue Meanie about the coal miners glove match. He was in the crowd. Oh, my God. Gene said, it was WCW. There was seldom a why. Human Adventure said, ever thought about putting your song sung onto your underwear show onto a multiple tape set, like the Oldies collection? One of those, give me a penny and I'll give you a stack of CD scams. Joe Queer said, will you be in Lexington in August? I guess so. If that's where AEW is. Otherwise, I'm not just joyriding. Nail said, who is a coal miner? Why is their glove considered a weapon you would put on a pole? Nails, you're going to have to dive. This whole world, I'm so happy I've opened this world up for you. You can understand why shit's fucked up. Leo said, RJ doesn't remind me of Larry David, but does remind me of Cheryl Hines' real husband. That's because I have a beautiful voice and reasonable opinions. Maureen said, I have a really strange fear of Jake Roberts. I think that's a normal fear. James said, what's the coffee of choice this morning? I don't even know. It's a melange. It's a mix. And at this point, it's like leftover plus new stuff, and it's all swirled around in there. Tracy said, yep, I give them no clicks. I never share it. They want people to be mad about it. Good. Thank you. Yolanda said, give them no play, pay them dust. Like the Midnight Society. Mia said, do I need to go to Tim Hortons when I go to Canada? No. Bassett said, ahoy, my naked friend and fellow clothed fan. Apparently Josh from Drake and Josh has a cameo in Oppenheimer. Who is that for? Sir Prodigal said, good morning, underwear dad. Leo said, would you rather watch all the Lords of the Ring back-to-back in a cinema or throw up? Throwing up is fun sometimes. Cody said, when are you and Renee doing a Talking Smack Tuesday Night Titans? Give Tony a rest from doing Control Center. Tony is Control Center. That show lives and dies with him. We're not knocking him off his perch because he's got a wide base. Squirrel said, I just pre-ordered Randy Savage's rap album on vinyl. I think Colt just got that. I'm pretty excited to relive that masterpiece. Let me open another gift here. Stand by, everyone. Everyone is standing by. This one is from Erin, and Erin is a wonderful Russell Ants card. See, she put it there. And a few days ago was one of my favorite times of the year. Well done. Very cheeky. Erin writes, please enjoy this bespoke piece of fashion. I'll leave the sleeve cutting up to you as I don't know your specific armhole desires. And neither do I. So every time I cut sleeves, it's different. It's different every time. Look at this. The true movie of the year. Don Knotts into the Knottsiverse. Well, this is wonderful. This is so sweet, and it's a nice maroon on red thing. That's wonderful. Thank you, Aaron. This is incredibly sweet of you. Rod said, if you were in a glove match, well, I wouldn't be. Which gloves would you use? I would use those ones that they use to shuck oysters because you can't cut them. They're very indestructible. SM1's Barbie Girl by Aqua by Sebastian Maniscalco. Please look up the lyrics. After this, can we cool it with the Barbie shit? It's just like, why do we have to pick up the pop culture wave of shit? I'm not in that mood. Hiya, Barbie. Oh, hi, Ken. You want to go for a ride? Sure. Then jump in. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life is plastic. It's fantastic. You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. Imagination life is your creation. I'm a Barbie girl. I'm gonna skip that part. So I'm not gonna fucking whatever do the same thing over and over again. I'm a blonde bimbo girl in a fantasy world. Dress me up, make it tight. I'm your dolly. You're my dolly. Rock and roll. Feel the glamour in pink. Kiss me here. Touch me there. Hanky panky. You can touch. You can play. You can say I'm always yours. Whoa. That was Joey Lawrence. All right, we got it. Make me walk, make me talk, do whatever you please. I can act like a star. I can beg on my knees. Come jump in, bimbo friend. Let us do it again. Hit the town. Fool around. Let's go party. That was Barbie Girl by Sebastian Maniscalco. I hope everybody's happy with themselves. Mike said WCW circa 91 to 95 had some weird shit. Just go with it and watch. Albert said, I would never remake it, but if it was, who would be your four to be the new Golden Girls? I would say Jack A. Harry, number one. I know Fran Lebowitz doesn't act, but I think she would be good. I think she would be good if she had the show. So a Jack Hay, a Patti LuPone, Dixie Carter, and I need one more. Betty Buckley. That works for me. That's not bad at all. I think I've cracked the code. Plain and Simple said, Snick was the best in the 90s. Minarth the Manager said, throwing up's probably one of the least fun things a human being can do. Yeah, but you ever the fucking relief when it's done? You ever had shit you got to get up and you get it up and you're like, whoa, I'm so much better. The rush of gratitude. Gene said, the Canadian Tim Hortons are better than the American ones. Everything tastes better in Canada. I think it's because they don't use high fructose corn syrup. Maybe. That's not true. David said, RJ should have a rap album. Another genius idea by David Arquette. By the way, there's now a Scream like a bobblehead action figure, and they still have not made a David one. Talk about when am I going to get an action figure? When's that fucking guy going to get an action figure? Harry said, I've seen you a lot in AEW with Renee Paquette. Awesome. That's a relative term. Jason said, Colt did get the Savage thing. I've lost my place here. And where are we? He was showing it off on Twitch the other day. Well, good for him. Yolanda said, that was the first time I've heard the word melange used in a sentence that has nothing to do with fashion, as I used to design sweaters with melange yarns. Well, sometimes a mixed nuts, they'll call them like a melange, like a party mix. It's a good word to use. David said, I honestly think RJ would carve him up like a turkey. Are you talking about Max Caster? Yeah, me and Max having a rap battle. I'm not so hot on the speed of the rap. They were limericks. I think it'd be better on. SM said, I'm sick of all the Barbie stuff too, but I thought this would be hilarious. I was right. Harry said, I'm glad I haven't watched Barbie. I definitely wouldn't. That's my opinion. And it's also like, it's just a movie. Why are we getting worked up about any movies ever? W. Stein said, are you a fan of The Ghost and Mr. Chicken? Am I? Minar said, this is giving William Shatner doing Rocket Man spoken word vibes. Leo said, David, do you and RJ have a similar relationship to Pelswick and Mystic Jimmy? DJ said, speaking of Rocket Man covers, has anyone heard the Kate Bush reggae version of Rocket Man? It's pretty good. I have not. Human Ranger said, come jump in, bimbo friend had me snort laugh. I didn't realize that was a lyric. It's because Aqua goes so fast. You know, you can't pay attention to it all. DM said, good morning, RJ. I was disappointed to see no RJ figures announced at San Diego Comic-Con. We'll fucking get used to it. Mass Sandy said, Jack A is doing some great work on Days of Our Lives. Mass Sandy said, I'll be stopping at one of the 2 Tim Hortons locations in New Jersey on my way to Philly to see Tony Khan's soccer team today. Talk about cross-branding of the century. Gene said, Arquette City action figure 2-pack. Somebody make it so. DJ said, how could they make Scream action figures without Dewey? That's nonsensical in my opinion. Well, it's happening. Christine said Dixie Carter is dead, sadly, unless you mean TNA Dixie. Well, then I'll say Gene Smart or Delta Burke. Delta Burke is still alive, according to the texts I've been getting. Yolanda said exactly. What are we talking about? DJ said the Scream action figures priority should go Ghostface, Sydney, then Dewey, and Gale on the same level for me. That's just my opinion. Gene said, I swear Barbie is mostly popular because the first big Hollywood film in years to have decent lighting. It's so true. Everything is dark and quiet, and then it'll be loud and bright, and then back to dark and quiet again. Sean said, hey, Occulties. Hi, RJ. Sorry I'm late. I'm driving home from Vermont. Dorothy said, we didn't see either movie this weekend. Instead, my husband took me to a Less Than Jake concert. Well, I got the other end of that. At House of Blues in Orlando, surprised I can still hear this morning. The loudness. Again, why do we have to bombard people with sound? James said, how can I tell Matt Cardona to make an RJ City action figure? I tweet him. He answers every fucking tweet. Tweet him. What is wrong with you? The Wrestler said, fantastic episode, RJ, today. Jake was really fun. He gets it. Let me put it like that. All right, let me open the other gift here. I got a big huckleberry. This is from Christine, who you all know. Wonderful. It's a good envelope, a Welk-themed envelope here. Here we go. Opening it up. Wishing you a wonderful, wonderful birthday. This one is from Christine. RJ, please enjoy this carefully themed birthday gift. Hope you have a wonderful day celebrating that you are 1 year closer to death. Hurry up. Kindest regards, Christine. P.S. You were awesome. That was very sweet. And well made. This is a beautiful card. Okay, the first thing, this is fantastic. This is a ticket to it's framed to the Lawrence Welk annual Christmas charity ball at the Long Beach Elks Lodge. Because when you want to see Lawrence Welk, you go to Long Beach. Lawrence Welk and his champagne music with stars of TV and radio. Stars is a generous term. December 7th, 1974, 8:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. They were banging out the hits. Donation of $1 to dance and show. Cocktails available. First prize, $3,000. Second prize is $1,200. There's a drawing. Goes into a raffle. Well, that's outstanding. Isn't that beautiful? Huh? And then what else is here? Oh my God, this is outstanding. This I thought was an ashtray, but it's like a candy dish. But it's like the history of Lawrence Welk. The years are around here. 1961, 1955. It's how they all started. And then this is when he put out an album. And then it has all the information of what the pictures are on the back. That's outstanding. His country club, when he put out his country club, and then when he opened his music publishing company, they must have been giving this to executives in the Welk Corporation. His ABC show, the Hollywood Palladium, when he had his own Union Bank business, and then the concert tours, Dot Records. I mean, you can't go wrong here. Isn't that beautiful? And we're not done. Christine's really swinging for the fences here. It's really, really incredible. We have two, they're trays. I don't know what to say other than they're trays. But here's the Welk man himself. These are in pristine, these are beautiful. Look at how happy he is, right? And then on the bottom it says Lawrence Welk and Alice. Because she doesn't need a fucking last name. She's not going anywhere without him. So she can just call herself Alice. Lawrence Welk and Alice dancing a polka with a capital P. That's how seriously he took this business. Alice doesn't need a last name, but you better fucking capitalize polka. We're not fucking around here. And one more. Oh my God, another tin. It's the whole gang. It's the Champagne Music Makers. And look at him on the side there. He's happy. Everyone, please pose for the picture. We got just everyone, all the band. Look at how happy this fucking guy is. Does he even play it, or does he just sit there for this? This guy's thrilled. That's really incredible. That is beautiful. Thank you so much, Christine. That is so incredibly sweet. Everyone, I think, is moved. I think everyone is, and I'm gonna put these. They have to be hung somewhere. Christine also gifted 10 memberships because she's just losing her fucking mind. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I missed so many comments. Now I got to catch up. Mia has been a member for 11 months. Said happy birthday to my mom on Friday. Thank you, Mrs. Simmons. Thank you for an escape on Sunday. Christine gifted memberships to Human Adventures, Manarth Magic, Amy, Midnight, EC, Gregory. David didn't get one. Amy, Naomi, Molly, and Jess. Well, good luck, everyone. Miss Andy said, Matt Cardona liked a picture of him I posted on Instagram and then unliked it the next day. He's such a heel. I think he has bots that do it for him. Jason said, if you could program a Don Knotts movie marathon of 5 movies, what would they be? And I don't know in what order. I'm going to be here all day if I do that. The Love God, The Reluctant Astronaut, The Ghost of Mr. Chicken, The Apple Dumpling Gang. That's 4. Oh my God! And maybe we close with Pleasantville. That wouldn't be so bad. It'd be kind of sweet ending. Human Avenger said, I think I'm a pretty nice human, but Christine every week is so generous and so thoughtful. Really? This show's not about me. It's really about her. She's the one keeping the lights on. Joe said, I feel like you have more Lawrence Welk things than me at this point. Well, and this is why I keep the show alive, is to get Lawrence Welk shit from people. Christine said she spent a lot of time on eBay. David said, sending you love, Chuckles. What? Also, David, I don't know if you saw his Instagram. David captured Bozo the Clown playing at a bar in Nashville last night. And I think he was playing his new country song, I'm not afraid of clowns. I'm not scared of clowns, which I've heard privately, but will it be released soon, David? Are you in contact with the Bozo music people? Can you provide any more information on that? So Sierra said, as someone who's been on every Jericho cruise and chose not to go on this one, RJ being on this one is far more upsetting for me than it has any right to be. So Sierra wore a AEW outfit last year, and I wasn't there. What a shame. What are you going to do? I don't control this shit. Pogirl said, very cool tray. Now you must serve tea. I'm not going to serve anything. Dorothy said, so where do I go to purchase a membership? I don't know how it works on your phone, but if you're on mobile, there should be a join button like below this video, above the comment section. And then a world of possibilities will open up to you. There's 3 levels. There's one where you just get these delightful little emojis. And so this is more of a thank you kind of sweet thing. And then there's another one where you get a more level of stuff. You get early access. And then there's the key to the city where you get everything and exclusive videos and an AMA and a whole routine. Dorothy said, what about Incredible Mr. Limpet? It's so animation heavy. I'm just thinking about the real essence of Don now. Norman said, as a sociologist, I appreciate your questions to Jake about the ring sociology anthropology. Really, why does psychology get all airtime? Also, keep saying fuck all the time. It's an improvement. Thank you. Don't tell anyone, but they didn't censor me saying the word shitting on this episode today. I don't know why. Sometimes they miss it. Lady Pam said, happy belated birthday. Use this for whatever cheat meal day you want, sir. Well, I think I'm going to get some ice cream tonight. We'll see how brunch goes. Saint said, I wasn't afraid of clowns. I just saw Terrifier 2 last week. David said, there's no release date set, but probably around when his documentary is finished. Obviously. It's a good song. So you'll be hearing it on the clown radio. Aurora Rose said, I can't believe Tony Bennett died. I can. Guy was like 96. Not that hard to believe. Hadn't heard the most positive things about him in the last few years. Entirely plausible that he would die. You've got to prepare. When people get older, you got to start revving it up. DJ said, has there ever been a wrestling mime that seems like it has some untapped potential? Yes, there has. By the way, speaking of bizarre wrestling gimmicks, Shark Boy was with us this week because today is the beginning of Shark Week on Discovery. Look at me remembering all the blanks. So he was there, and I was not anticipating it. And Chompy, I got to meet Chompy. I also met, if anyone's familiar with her, Little Mean Kathleen. She's an indie wrestler, does fun interview running around things. And we had a conversation that was really it was normal. It's really unspectacular. Amy said, thank you, Christine. Nail said you have to join via browser. You can't join via the apps. That's incredibly not useful. Danhausen's a wrestling mime almost, except he talks a lot. Other than that, DJ said, I suppose Sting was a wrestling mime for a while. I think Sting is the closest we've gotten. Leo said, I just sent you a poster for an event in the UK. I'm sure you would enjoy it. It's the kind of thing you can expect to see in the UK. Great. I hope it's Hacker the dog, that whole fun thing. And he says that one line. He is very funny. And then it bothers me that just the one line blew up. Because otherwise, he's very funny. I was on that train years ago. DJ said, Shark Boy proved that any strange wrestling gimmick can have an extra year of legs if the performer has a good Steve Austin. What do you got in the bag there? You got an Austin? Stick around a little more. Christine said, no offense, but my favorite Shark Week moment was Taz saying, don't touch me, Chompy. Taz is not, I don't think, the most nautical guy. Matt said, we need a Moomin related tag team. Why don't we just book Moomin? How hard could that be? Neil said, Kyle Sparks has explained the glove to me on Twitter. I can relax now. There's barely an adequate explanation for it. Yo said, go to Nashville so I can meet you and David. Yep, because we're just hanging around. Christine said, I can just imagine Sting being like, the Crow? No, I was trying to be a mime. I am determined to get Sting on the show, by the way. If he can do a fucking panel with Danhausen, I think he can do AEW. Kenny said, Shark Boy has a picture on the shark wall at the Adventure Aquarium in New Jersey. He's a mover and a shaker, that Shark Boy. Neil said, who is in the Chompy suit? Give us the scoops. Todd Discovery. Mia said, what's on the menu for today? I don't know. We're going for brunch. It'll be nice. Probably some brunch shit. And then tonight, just ice cream. And I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. Do I do a whole Blizzard thing? I feel like I might just do that again. Aaron said, I can't believe they booked Shark Week for my shark-phobic ass's birthday week. People do not like you, Aaron. Saint said, can Sting still talk after he ate that table? Well, that's a little mean, Saint. He also was putting someone through a table. Christine said, my daughter very much enjoyed Sting and Danhausen at the Squishmallows booth. Why don't I have a Squishmallow is a real question. DM said, Spellbinder Phantasmo was a wrestling mime with magic. Well, that would make him a magician. And he set Bruce Pritchard on fire by accident. Maybe it's not that hard to do. Dorothy said, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? Last Sunday, when I was in New York for that wedding, I finally got my hands on some Spumoni, and I was so overjoyed. I was so thrilled by it. Spumoni jelly ring. I love a jelly ring. It's so good. What else? I'm a mint man. We can go on all day. Puerto Rican Chuckles said, I remember watching your match against Dalton Castle. What happened? Your manager then? I can't really help you with that sentence. James said, I just tweeted Cardona to make you an action figure. Great. I'm sure that'll happen. Positively E said, how can you be scared of sharks? Just stay out of the water. As Buddy the Cake Boss. W. Stein said, would you watch every Monty Python's Flying Circus to get in the London mood? No, I'm going to watch Are You Being Served? DJ said favorite wrestling episode of a TV show. Oh my. The Quantum Leap wrestling episode with Terry Funk is probably the best one in terms of like a lot of wrestling. And oh my God, we have finally a request. It's been so long. Wonderful Spencer Rice is here. I'm going to add him and then we could speak to him. The Spenny of Kenny versus Spenny, who's on mute right now. Once he unmutes himself, things will be. Hello?
I'm unmuted, RJ.
I hear you now. How are you?
I'm well. I have to say, as you know, I listened to your or watched and listened to your Jake the Snake interview, and it was stellar.
But thank you. I appreciate that.
I have to say this as well. I have two fantasies that'll never come true, unfortunately, but maybe you can help me out.
Okay.
One of them is what Hunter Thompson would be writing about in the Trump era.
Uh-huh.
The other is what RJ City would do in an interview with some of the amazing wrestling managers from that bygone era.
Oh, you know, I'm such a Lou Albano guy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Have you ever seen Wise Guys?
Wise Guys.
It's got Lou Albano, Danny DeVito, and Joe Piscopo.
No, I've never seen that.
I'm going to send it to you when this is over. He's fantastic in it.
Yes.
He really is. And there's also another clip when you remember when he was Super Mario?
Oh, God, no.
Oh, God.
RJ, I'm older than dirt.
Okay, I'm going to send that to you later, too. He had a decent acting career.
Okay.
But I would love a Freddie Blassie, too.
Oh, my God. Can you give us, just off the top of your head, some of your questions that you might ask him or Abdullah Farouk?
Well, I would say, why aren't you using the cane as...
Come on, sec. Sorry.
Go ahead. His dog. Let's Spenny get his dog.
Is who, what?
Let's hold on.
Oh, yeah. Okay. One sec. Jeff, sorry.
It's okay. It's totally fine.
Your buddy's here. Happy birthday, by the way.
Jeff's birthday.
Ahead, sorry.
Happy birthday. I would have said, there's so many other options other than classy. He's a little sassy. He could do a sassy Freddie, or I could hand him a trumpet and he could fill it in, Spenny.
Trumpet.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm Louis Armstrong. I'm sorry.
He could be brassy Freddie Blassie.
See, the rhyming thing came up in the Jake the Snake interview too, right?
Right, and it's because wrestling works with very simple rules,
Right.
And then I would certainly ask if he ever met Shirley Bassey.
Oh, God. Cassie, I'm trying to think. You know what, dude, this is your expertise. I'm merely an audience member here, so.
Oh my! Well, but thank you. You've had experiences with who? The Iron Sheik? Anyone else of that era?
Well, Jake, Jake and Rhino.
Yes.
Jake, I sat literally right beside during the Comic-Con. I was in and we chatted the whole time, and even went out for a beer. Though he was sober, I had a beer and he didn't mind, which I thought was really cool. And he was funny. I mean, Jake was funny. I mean, not on your level, but he had a great sense of humor at the Comic-Con. Rhino, yeah. I mean, a few wrestlers over the years, but I can't imagine how funny it would be you interviewing like Ernie Roth in character, either the Grand Wizard or Abdullah Farouk.
Yes. And they're those people that even just taking them out of the wrestling setting is just perfect already.
Right.
The fact that they have to.
I always wanted. I don't know if I ever told you this. I probably did when you did my defunct podcast.
Yes.
Which was that I always wanted to do a project where I became a version of probably Ernie Roth or one of those two characters he did, and just walked around the real world acting like them.
Yeah. Just
grocery shopping.
Just a life manager.
Yes, shopping for forks to hand off to the Sheik.
Yes. And that's it. I used to watch those things and try to fill in the logistical gaps.
Yeah.
Right? How is he getting all these forks? I think Abdullah just stole them from diners.
Well, he owns a restaurant, so he probably doesn't.
Yeah,
he's got a rib joint. I don't think it's still open anymore. I believe it was in Georgia or Florida. I can't remember.
Yeah. Also, by the way, I wanted to check in on you. Are you still getting residual hate from your pink incident?
No, very rarely. What happens is I don't understand this phenomenon where somebody retweets. This has probably happened to you. Something that you tweeted 8,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that happens based on how I use social media. But no, but I get a lot of people that when they do, they seem to misunderstand. They think Pink was mad at me when she actually saved me.
Right.
But no, it's pretty much blown over. I mean, for me, it was probably the biggest social media moment of my life in terms of numbers and people attacking me, even way more than my politics, which is, definitely is a close second, or not a close second, but a second. But no, to answer your question.
Well, that makes me happy. Somebody has just informed me that Madonna has Cameo.
You're kidding me.
No.
Well, what does she charge?
I'm sure a lot. And I'm sure she can't give anything back. That's one of those celebrities where you go, gee, it would be so boring to speak to her.
I'm not a fan. I for two reasons. One is my cousin Marjorie Gross, who was a comic, a writer, worked on Seinfeld for years, wrote some of the, I think, funniest Seinfelds. They were pals back in the day. It was her, Sandra Bernhardt, and my cousin Marjorie. And he actually took her to Gianni Versace's place in, I don't think it was Italy, somewhere in the Mediterranean. I don't know where it was, but yeah, I just don't like what she did to music. I respect her because you have to respect the success. You know, and she's a great dancer and everything. But she was never my thing, and I'm absolutely stunned that she's on Cameo.
Yeah, sometimes they make some bad business dealings, and they go, "Well, I got to make up for this." I invested in some NFTs.
I charge like $50. I would. She must charge what, $5,000? Like I can't even imagine.
No,
I'll have to look that up.
And it must be like 30 seconds long. It must be just a hello. You're not getting a song.
She doesn't seem like a nice person either.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe she has. Maybe that's her image. I don't know. But she just doesn't seem like a nice person.
No. And I don't think she would like either of us.
She'd like you.
Well, that remains to be seen. I had a friend who saw her jogging once in Central Park.
Okay.
I'm just saying, one of those people, I got to talk with a jogger.
Well, I've got a great story. Ron Pearl, I think his name is. He's a comedian. And I'm just thinking of celebrities in Central Park. And I met him once at a stand-up, open mic or whatever. And he tells me the story that he made John Lennon laugh. And I said, how? He goes, he was walking with Yoko in Central Park, and he walked up to him like a fan and just said, "Oh, my God, it's the Monkees." and John totally cracked up.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Isn't it?
Speaking of, Mickey Dolenz is still alive.
I do. I've met him, believe it or not. I'm not name dropping. I don't know him.
I don't think Mickey Dolenz counts as a name drop. I think we're fine here.
I think he does. Have you seen the pictures of who he used to party with back in the day?
He was in the scene.
The scene, majorly in the scene.
Yeah.
Have they all gone? Peter Tork died. Davey died.
Yeah.
And Mike Nesbitt. Did he just die?
I think he did. I think there's only one left.
Jeez. Well, no, you got to count Boyce and Hart, which you'll probably appreciate that reference.
Excuse me. And I'll do you one better. I'll bring it full circle. Nick Bockwinkel has made 2 appearances on the Monkees TV show.
You're kidding.
No.
As an actor or as a wrestler?
He was a sailor in one, and then he was a wrestler, but it was before he was famous. So he was, I think, living in LA, and he was kind of just an extra.
Nick Bockwinkel.
Yeah.
Geez.
Yeah.
So I guess he got into wrestling late in life. Is that?
This was while he was wrestling.
While he was wrestling.
Yeah.
Sure. A little extra cash.
Not too bad at all. They needed a handsome young fella.
I don't know if I'd say that. Maybe.
I thought
I saw Bret Hart on The Simpsons last night. We got The Simpsons on the Disney Channel.
Yes. And
It doesn't sound like him at all. I guess that was his wrestling voice.
Okay, so the story is he was supposed to be playing a wrestler, like a different wrestler, and he
Right.
did the voiceover. And then the Simpsons writers didn't realize he was famous because wrestling is in a bubble from the rest of the world. So
True.
then once they realized it, they said, "Oh my God, why don't we just make him Bret Hart?" So the voice he was doing was not his own voice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jeez, this is why I love you. I mean, you've got all the inside scoop.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So no, whatever happened to? Oh God, don't forgive me if I forget the name of the character.
Roger C. Carmel.
No, the old wrestler, who just sits there.
Oh, Babyface.
Babyface, that's a Babyface.
Well, I was doing Babyface, and then all of a sudden the AEW Hey W thing happened.
I know, but come on, it's smoke and chew gum, baby.
I know.
love that guy.
Hey, listen, my robe is still packed. I know. I'm sorry. Well, now I feel bad.
You should. I'm very upset. I love Babyface.
I was trying to follow the money, but Babyface is the best thing about Babyface is it works even better as I age.
True. True. I feel that way about Kenny versus Benny in a sense. We're 80 years old and we're still doing that stuff.
Right.
It'll be hilarious. Yeah.
Or like when Billy Crystal used to be that old comedian character.
Yes.
And now he just needs to walk out on stage.
Who was the guy? who was the guy that Crystal did that he would go, yeah, I'm hip. Or was that from the Flintstones? I'm starting to get senile.
Didn't he do a jazz?
A jazz guy. That might be it.
Yes. It was like a Louis Armstrong kind of, but it was like, you know what he used to do, those oddly sentimental monologues?
I think so.
Like that character wasn't particularly funny.
Right.
It was always about the struggle of being a jazz musician and a black man. And you're like, why am I watching Billy Crystal do this?
It's a very fine line between comedians who can do pathos and comedy.
Yes.
And when it doesn't go over well, it's actually pretty bad.
It is.
But John Candy, I think, was the master of and Chaplin, I guess.
Yes. My favorite is when Don Rickles gets basically stops being able to walk. And I feel like he gets, sees death coming for him. So at the end of his shows, he'll be insulting people, blah, 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 blah. And then at the end of the show, he will sing a very sad song.
I'm a nice guy.
Yeah. It goes, I'll trade you laughter for love. And you're like, oh my God, this guy has some deep regrets.
And when he kisses the ass of Frank Sinatra after pummeling him for 10 minutes, I love that too.
Yes,
he always brings God into it.
Yes, but God bless you, Frank. We all love you.
Yeah, and then he talks about how absolutely exactly amazing he was. And,
yes,
and he tries to. I mean, you're kind of making fun of Rickles. He was amazing. For
yes,
that, I think.
But it is funny to be that, the mean, the joking, and then he goes, but seriously, Frank, you're the epitome of a man, and we all love you, and we all bask in your light. God bless you.
This is a turn in wrestling, right?
Yes,
the turn
every night.
Yeah.
Well, wonderful.
It's amazing talking to you. I haven't really taled to you in a while.
This is delightful.
I'm thrilled with your success with AEW. I'd always knew you'd do well. It was going to be unusual. And the fact that you're in the wrestling business, I'll never get over that. But I love it at the same time because I love wrestling.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Can before you go, should you plug anything? Do you have anything you want to plug?
Yeah, I'm playing a brewery next Saturday in Kingston, Ontario.
Perfect.
That seats roughly 15 people.
Perfect.
So, the odds are that right now, at this moment in time, anybody that will show up to that show, if they show up to that show, will be listening to this. But you never know, right?
Yeah. Well, tell them I sent you if you go to this show, please.
I will.
Okay. A pleasure, Spenny. I will talk to you soon.
Thank you, buddy.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Well, that was delightful. A wonderful Spencer Rice. of Kenny versus Spenny and other wonderful, wonderful things. Oh, that's so sweet. And now we're almost done. I got to whip through this. David said, if you're ever in Dantana's, espresso ice cream is the greatest. They also have Spumoni. Didn't we go to Dantana's with Alison Mortino? I think we need to go back. AKA Baldy has been a member for 14 months. It's so sweet. Gene said, Kenny versus Spenny on RJ show is not what I was expecting. Isn't that amazing? Here they are. Gassy, Freddie Blassie. Oh, God. David said, I had my hair braided like Coolio, and I went to the Vanity Fair Oscar party, and Madonna said, David, what the hell are you doing? I saw her over a wedding weekend, and she wasn't nice. Your sister's friends with her. You're on the inside, and she's still not that nice. She must hate me. Well, that's great. This is so exciting. Brett, Lonesome Dove, Brett, we're talking about all this stuff. I feel like I've missed everything because I was talking to Spenny. I'm so sorry, everyone. Well, what are you going to do? That was the show. I will also say, go watch the latest AEW with the wonderful Jake Roberts. It was so good that Spenny had to call in and tell me how wonderful it was. Thank you, everybody, for the gifts. Let's take a look at these. Oh, these fell down a little. Okay. Until next time, Godspeed.